Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance, and today is yet another Squat-tober workout. Yeah, that's the theme for the entire month. Every workout comes with squats. And this time I finally remembered to actually record this day's workout. So what I'm going to be doing today is barbell split squats. So the bar is going to be on my back and I'm going to be doing split squats with them. So the question becomes, is the barbell split squat the best squat for reducing and improving upon imbalances between the left and right leg? Jury's still out on that, but you'll get to see how these go. If you like this type of content and seeing me struggle, especially suffer like the overhead squat stuff yesterday, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. In other news, Michael Pellegrino is going to be teaching his kinetic chain enhancement course in Phoenix, Arizona in just 3 weeks' time at Justin King's facility, Built Better. So Mike's coming all the way from Monaco to teach this. If you're wondering about the pedigree in terms of this, he originally taught this course to Charles Poliquin a decade ago, who then went on to teach it multiple times around the world. Well, Mike is now back teaching his baby, his actual creation, to help upskill trainers and therapists. So if you are a high caliber coach and trainer or therapist and you want to add some new skills, we look forward to seeing you there. We've got a few spots remaining, so please act quickly in claiming those spots. The link for registration is going to be in the description below as well. Some additional content that's on its way is a video on the female athlete triad. I'm still finishing up some of the research on that so that I can have a deep dive into it, its causes, as well as how to prevent it, which is the biggest thing in my eyes. Also, another Standing on the Shoulders of Giants mini-series will be coming. And that's going to be someone that I've learned a lot from in terms of training and whatnot, and is a big figure in Canadian sport, in Canadian sport history. And then there's also going to be one coming soon on how much protein do you actually need, and can you actually have too much protein? And I'm going to be starting to go through different supplements out there on the market and tell you, is it BS or is it actually have efficacy? Is it worth the money or are you wasting your money? So these are some things that I'm really starting to get going. Anyways, it's time to hop into this workout. All right, great thing about split squats. You don't really need all that much weight. It's about getting in range and getting set up proper. So I'm going to be doing probably sets of 8 to 10 here. Still trying to find the footing. Personally, I always find finding the footing is always a little weird with these. Quads are so sore. Oh, gotta get forward more. Just a little couple added notes on the split squat. One thing a lot of people do when they're doing them is when they go down, they'll smash their knee in the back to be like, okay, I got full range. Great way to need some orthopedic work. If you hit your knee too hard, especially with some added load, great way to cause damage to either your patellar tendon, your quadricep tendon, or to the kneecap, the patella itself. You don't want to cause any actual issues with a mechanical force like that. That's just silly. Next, you really want to be focusing, the way I'm doing them, I'm focusing on getting my hips nice and far forward as best I can. My quads are sore as hell today, and my hips are a little tight as well as a result of the soreness. So just getting myself in this position is difficult because what it's doing is my chest is coming forward a little bit more than I want. I want to keep it a little more upright, but I've got tightness through my hip flexor as a factor of so much squatting throughout this month that things are trying to tighten up and protect themselves. I'm trying to keep doing the work. So right there, you got one big bonus there. You're getting that range of motion. You're getting a loaded stretch as well. So you're able to work through that range of motion to improve your strength in the lower parts. Second big bonus you're going to get from split squats. A lot of people have a strong leg and a weak leg, dominant, non-dominant leg. Well, with this, you're working one leg at a time. So by doing that, you're going to be decreasing the deficit in strength between those legs. So you should always start with the weak leg first and then go over to the strong leg. There, I started with my strong leg just to get a little confidence on the first one. All the upcoming sets, I start with my left. It's a little bit weaker in terms of absolute strength as well as speed compared to the right. So by doing the unilateral work like this, you're getting so that both sides become as strong as, or as closely related to each other in terms of strength. You also, if you only get 8 on your weak leg, you don't want to be starting off and doing 10 or 12 with your strong leg, because now, you've increased the amount of volume, so the tonnage that this dominant leg has done. So you're increasing the strength deficit between the two legs. And then third big benefit you get from these is you get that balance work. So a lot of people, you're great when your feet are like this, but get someone to just stand on one leg and their balance goes out the window. This, you're improving the strength, the mobility, and as a result, the stability of the knee, hip, and ankle joints all at the same time, which improves your balance. After talking way too long in between sets there, let's get right into the second set. So the way I'm doing these split squats is more quad focused, because I'm getting my hip further forward. If I want to do more glute focus, I would go much more just vertical. I'll show that to you in a moment. Split squats, there's really two main ways of doing them. You have the quad focus, which is what I'm doing in this workout, where I'm focusing on getting my hips nice and far forward. And then there's a glute focus. So working on that piece, the booty, the derriere, the caboose, that you're focusing more on just going vertical. You want to keep your shin as vertical as possible when you're doing these, so that the glute, I should probably do it on this side to point, so that your glute is getting more work, more stretch in this way. So you're going down, glute's doing the work, up. You're pushing the whole foot down, but the glute is the main driver here. So just going up, I can feel the difference. Here, up. Glute's doing more work. So that's the difference between the two real types of split squats. And then you just have the foot positioning. Front foot elevated, rear foot elevated. That's all that really happens at that point. Alrighty. Time for the hammer curls skull crusher mix. So 30-pound dumbbells, no fat grips this time. Go a little bit heavier, 30 pounders. Oh, I need to sit up straight. And lean back. So this, I don't know how these will go. So again, as I'm on the concentric, I'm supinating so that I get a little harder contraction in the triceps. A little more stretch at the bottom, neutral grip. A little more shortening, contracted at the top, supinated. Whoa. So I went with a little different variation with the CAS handles here. One, I'm just leaning back quite a bit. This is where I discovered that, my microphone had run out of battery. And on the final set, I said, okay, lay all the way back. And you get a little different feel with each of them. You get a little different point in the movement where you feel the maximum amount of tension in the biceps. The laying down one, it was just a fun kind of feeling. The start and end ranges were actually felt the hardest to me. And then get into the French press. So these just really get the triceps kind of torched in my eyes. Like, it's one of the better exercises for the triceps. You get the long head going. You get all three heads really feeling it. So here I just have like 55 pounds added to the cable, plus the sled. So it works at like 80, so about half that really. So it's a tough exercise. And then getting into that super pump set again. So it's, you count down from 10 all the way down to 1, and that's how many partial reps that you do before you do a full rep. So here, doing the 10 and then full rep. And then go into the 9. So here it's you're not worried about, okay, let's get maximum range of motion. It's intentionally doing the partial ranges here, and it's intentional on keeping as much tension in the biceps as you can. You're not worried necessarily about, okay, keeping perfect tempo, nice and slow. Here it's just move relatively quick, get the muscle contracting nice and hard every time, and get it so that you're getting a hard squeeze on each of the full reps. And as you're going through it, you're getting that blood flow restriction type of feeling because the muscle isn't getting to relax, and as you're contracting it each time, while it's under tension as well, you're keeping more fluid in there while your arterial system is pumping more and more nutrients and fluid into the muscle. So it creates that blood flow restriction and very hard pump feeling. Like I did 2 sets of these, and by the end, you can see I'm. All right, so that's everything for today's split squat and arm workout. Showed you the split squats today. I finally remembered to actually record that one and not leave the memory card at home or not have a charged camera. But that's suffice to say, the split squats are just another way of basically doing another squat. This whole month, with all the squats I'm doing, my legs are insanely sore. My quads around not right at the knees, but just above, like mid-thigh, are absolutely just torched. It's like a flambe is going off on them when I get up in the morning, and they're kind of stiff and not wanting to move. You can see that a little bit in the first set of the split squats. Wasn't really all that well moving, and then the second set, things opened up a little bit better. That's as things warmed up, as things got moving, it started to feel a little bit better. This whole week in terms of the squats, that's kind of how it's been going. As it gets going, it feels a little bit better. But yeah, Squattober is almost over, so at the end of this month, I'll be able to recover from it all. I'll be able to get back into some regular training and recover a little bit better leg-wise. That's been the one thing that's just absolutely been beating me up is the legs, which is good. It's a good little challenge. It's also allowed me to work on weaknesses like you saw yesterday. I've got my front squats tomorrow. 2 days ago, I had the back squats. So that's what makes it really challenging. It's that cumulative volume. The arm workout finished off with that super pump set again. As you see in that, it's just pure volume. That's all it really is. And because there's no rest and it's just constantly in the same muscle group, you really get a lot of lactate buildup and you really get a lot of fluid being pushed into the muscle belly. Like it feels excruciating while doing it, but it's great. My post-workout is going to be a scoop of 18 labs grass-fed whey, a half scoop of the Greens Reds whole food mix, and 5 grams of creatine monohydrate from Clean Athlete. I'm also going to toss in 20 grams of pentacarb, a 5-carb mix from ATP Labs. So if you want to get 10% off an order from ATP Labs, go to the link in the description below, atplabs.com, and use code RISLING10, that's RISLING 10 at checkout. This is good in both Canada and the US. Again, Kinetic Chain Enhancement course is in 3 weeks. So if you're a high caliber strength coach, personal trainer, or therapist, and you want to add some new tools to the toolbox, look forward to seeing you there. The link to register is also in the description below. So if you like this type of content and seeing me torch myself as well as some of the educational stuff, such as what's coming since I just spoke about protein, can you actually get too much protein? If you like this type of content, please take a moment to like this video, smash the subscribe button, and leave a comment below. Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance. Embrace your potential.